Alright, my golden age of Strat-O-Matic baseball. We've just showed how we've had 5 different champions over the 5-year carryover, and we show you what we do at the end of a season as each team prepares for the next year, including the current world champion Cincinnati Reds in this case. They're going to have 8 players from 81. They're going to have 6 players from 82, they're going to have 4 from 83, and they're going to have 2 from 84. So I'm going to open up the deck of the Reds cards, and I'm going to pull those out. Once you get past 81, you see a lot of veteran players leaving or retiring. They're going to bring back a Daryl Sconners card, who was a DH who could hit left-handed pitching. Oh, here's Rick Sweet. He has a -1 arm, and he's technically a switch hitter, but really he's simply a left-handed bat. Fringe player performance of Lee May, where he hit over 300 at first base, returning to the Reds. He's played there early in his career. Another left-handed hitting second baseman, Rob Wilfong. He shows good glove, left-handed bat, one-way player again, just like Sweet was a one-way player. We have Kelly Paris, who played for the Reds, just all through the infield spots. Right-handed bat, gets on base with walks. B-stealer. Rudy Law, who they got out of the White Sox as a .318 hitter. He could hit left-handed pitching too. Double-A stealer, couldn't catch or throw. Now here we have Eric Davis, the future of the Reds, but it's his rookie year, and as such, he only hits .224 in his rookie year. But he does have a lot of pop, extra base hits, and he is a B-stealer. That concludes this offense. Now the pitching staff. Pitching staff's in even worse shape. Joe Price is a very solid starter 7 left-handed pitcher. He had a .288 ERA and was 10-6. Very capable in the number 3 hole, but he's the only starting pitcher in the whole roster. The entire rotation, other than Joe Price, is gone. This is their fully stocked bullpen. They got Doug Bear, excellent pitcher, .255. Sid Manji, journeyman left-hander, .375 ERA. Tom Hume dominates right-handed hitters, .311. And John Franco, a young John Franco. I think this was his rookie year in '84. So as you can see, the rookie year Franco helped the Reds win the '81 World Series in this replay. He's decent as a lefty closer. So those are the guys coming back for the Cincinnati Reds. In this installment, we're going to see what happens to the 8 players from the Cincinnati Reds whose cards get removed because it was from the '81 season. So you have 8 players, so 4 are keepers. 2 get waived, and 2 get retired. So here are the 8 players from 1981 for the Reds. We have Johnny Bench, and in this particular year, Johnny did hit .309. But Bench, after '81, didn't catch anymore for them and was really a fringe player. So they could retire him or keep him and let him play out the twilight of his career. So they could put him in retirement, have him leave the game with a World Series ring, or they could have him play in '82 and so forth. Now, Ty Waller is a rookie they brought out of the Reds organization, but as we find out, he didn't move much past '81, so he's either waived or he'll get retired. Next, we have Concepcion. Now, Concepcion, of course, is still playing for the Reds at this period. He has some more good years in him, so we'll keep him. George Foster, this was really his last great year with the Cincinnati Reds. .295, 22 homers in the strike-shortened year. But in reality, Foster was traded to the Mets, and he was mediocre with the Mets at best in the early '80s. So we're going to put him in the waiver list for now. All right, Ken Griffey. Ken Griffey, he led the club in hitting '81. I think he's got 1 or 2 more good years left in him. He did move to the Yankees, but you know what? I think they might want to bring him back. Now here's a guy, Seaver. '81, in the strike year, he was 14-2. He did pitch the deciding World Series game and got a victory for the Reds. So that in itself means that why not keep Seaver instead of letting him move to other organizations? So the theory is you keep Seaver. Mario Soto. Now, we of course know Soto for the Reds played most of his career with the Reds, so he's definitely a keeper. And lastly, Mike Norris, who had his big year in 1980 with Oakland. 81 his ERA ballooned to 375, and his arm was pretty much shot after this. So I think they might retire or waive Mike Norris. These four, Concepcion, Griffey, Seaver, and Soto, those would be the choices of players that you find future cards for these four players in the years 82, 83, 84, and 85. Two players that are on waivers would be Mike Norris and George Foster. And Johnny Bench will get retired. He'll leave after 81 instead of continuing his career. He'll be retired. So that's how the Reds advance under this scenario.